the heavens, the moon and stars, I shout your name, I praise your name, oh God. When I look at the oceans, the beasts of the sea, I shout your name, I praise your name, oh Lord my God.
Welcome to Come and Relax with HeCoin, sponsored by Health Education and Counseling Institute, the premier online educational institution in Jamaica, the Caribbean and beyond. Come and Relax with HeCoin is an interview and discussion segment which focuses on topical issues which may be controversial on health, aggression in proximity relationships, theology, business, politics, music, tourism and hospitality, or issues which are relevant to you or listening audience. This program is aired this and every Thursday at this time on this station and comes to you on several international media houses in the world through various platforms on website, YouTube, and Facebook. I'll be your host, Ambassador Professor Reverend Dr. Colin O'Neill Jarrett from Jamaica, President and CEO of this 33-year-old institution. HeCoin, reaching people where they are, leading them to where they should go.
I shout your name, I praise your name, oh God. When I look at the mountains, the sky and sea, I shout your name, I praise your name,
oh Lord my God, you made humanity
a little less than your divinity.
Oh Lord my God, we marvel, you are great. You crown us with your glory and your love.
I find Come and Relax with HeCoin to have the most interesting topics to discuss, which lead me on a great path for the future. I am a #1 listener from the Caribbean.
Greetings and welcome to Come and Relax with HeCoin, which comes to you today from Mansell East meets West Indian Restaurant of 16A, Sony's Plaza, Main Street, Oteria, St. Anne, Jamaica. Call Latoya Hensel for your restaurant booking at 1-876-601-2612 or email info@carwhja.net. Excellent setting here at Mansell East meets West Indian Restaurant for meetings, weddings, and other events. I know you know I'm at a restaurant because you're hearing mixing going on, but that's fine. It means that activities around even after the pandemic. I'm your host, Ambassador Professor Reverend Dr. Colin O'Neill Jarrett. Day 251 of 365. You're going to be surprised real soon at how everything suddenly and miraculously worked out in your favor. You will realize how your current situation was only leading you to a blessing. Nothing is a mistake. Let me thank the following media houses for airing Come and Relax with HeCoin: RCP Internet Radio and TV, YouTube and Facebook, TDN TV on vstreams.com, TDN TV on Facebook, TDN Network 1 on YouTube, UFDV Gospel, and DCM Internet Radio and TV. Our listening audience has been climbing every week. Thanks to you. We cherish your presence. Continue sharing this link with others. From time to time, you will hear familiar sounds reminding you that we are in Mansell East meets West Indian Restaurant, smack in the middle of the Garden Parish of Oteria, St. Anne, Jamaica. We'll take a break. We will be right back.
My name is Hazel Williams Blair, a graduate of HeCoin, Montego Bay campus, Jamaica, where I did the 6-month Elderly Care International Diploma Level 2. During my time in the course, I was very excited to learn in class, and the teachers were precise and professional. We had fun, especially in the practical areas. I received credit in theory and distinction in practical, and I'm proud of myself. I was exposed to all the skills a practical nurse must know and learned about all the body system along with this bedside nursing. I am currently working in the field of nursing and love it a whole lot. I love the friendly payment plan that the school has in place, which made it more affordable. I highly recommend HeCoin to you, and I will talk about HeCoin as long as I live. All the best, HeCoin, with your online nursing classes. I thank you all.
Come and relax with eCoin, the voice of Health Education and Counseling Institute, the premier educational online institution in the world. We look at investment opportunities. An investment is an asset or item acquired with the goal of generating income or appreciation. Appreciation refers to an increase in the value of an asset over time. When an individual purchases a good as an investment, the intent is not to consume the good, but rather to use it in the future to create wealth. Join guest, the indomitable and eloquent Venice Parchment, Senior Financial Advisor, BPM Financial, Jamaica. Join host, business educator, media and marketing consultant, and professor of media studies for over 30 years, Ambassador Professor Reverend Dr. Colin O'Neill Jarrett from Jamaica, as he and his guest open up doors for investment opportunities. The date to remember, Thursday, September 8, 2022 at 7:30 p.m. in Jamaica and 8:30 p.m. in other parts of the world on several media platforms, to include RCP Internet Radio and TV, UFDV Gospel, DCM Internet Radio and TV, and all platforms of TDN. eCoin, reaching people where they are, leading them to where they should go. Wow, wow. We pause this moment to remember a humble human being, Queen Elizabeth II, UK's longest serving monarch, died at Balmoral Estate, aged 96, after reigning for 70 years. Her son, King Charles III, said the death of his beloved mother was a moment of great sadness for him and his family, and that her loss would be deeply felt around the world. King Charles III, who takes on the reign without any ceremony, will lead the UK in mourning as the new king and head of state for 14 Commonwealth realms. Camilla, his wife, becomes Queen Consort. eCoin's founding president and CEO, the late Dr. Clover Pearl Marshall Jarrett, had the honor of having dinner with the Queen at Buckingham Palace upon arrival in England in 1974. Dr. Jarrett was awarded the Florence Nightingale Scholarship to study at Surrey University Royal School of Nursing with a specialization in advanced nursing education. She was the first to be trained in CARICOM in that specialized area. eCoin has therefore been touched by the life of this great human being, Queen Elizabeth II. Rest in peace, Madame. Join us on Caribbean News Brief, CNB, on this station at 9 a.m. Jamaica time tomorrow for a 2-minute focus on the life of Queen Elizabeth II. We pause for 30 seconds while the background music is being played to remember the life of this great giant, Queen Elizabeth II. Welcome back as we continue with Come and Relax with eCoin as we look at investment opportunities. Investment is the process of allocating capital to a financial instrument. Example, stocks, bonds, backed by an expectation to receive certain benefits in the future. In the financial world, the benefit of investment is referred to as a return. The return can be either positive, which is a gain, or negative, which is a loss. Returns can be in the form of proceeds from the sale of an investment income such as rental income, dividends, interest income, or unrealized capital appreciation or depreciation, etc. The return may also involve currency gains or losses as a result of the foreign currency exchange rate fluctuations. In these hard times with the pandemic, which seems to be going nowhere, this topic is very important at this time. Call your friends and relatives to listen in. With us to look at the investment opportunities, we have an expert in the field who can guide us in this area, one who I have listened to for many years. She might look young but a big woman. Our guest in the board of Come and Relax with Ecoin, Venice Parchment, Senior Financial Advisor of BPM Financial Jamaica. Great having you in Come and Relax with Ecoin, Venice Parchment. Venice, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Great,
Indeed,
great.
I am.
Hey, great. And I see your big logo beside. Beside you, so if I make a mistake, then it means I can't read. Great having you, Venice. And we have heard you in the media throughout Jamaica and the landscape of the Caribbean at this time. In my introduction moments ago, I clearly defined investment, but I want you to look at this for me. What is investment and how is it different from savings?
Okay, well, I get that question all the time. And let me just tell you, savings is a accumulation of small funds over time. Like a regular bank account, like a piggy bank, like the money under your mattress. That is why regular savings. Or we can include the credit union as well. But investing is adding more value to the saving that you already have because when you invest, you expect to earn more on top of what you have. And I love to say you can double, triple, quadruple, and even triple your money over time. So that is the big difference with investing and saving. Small accumulations over time. A lot of persons know how to do that very well, but small amount or least amount of persons know how to really invest. And
Mhm.
I think that's where we're going. Why you
Yeah.
should invest by adding more value to the savings that you already have.
Right, right. So savings would be just money put aside for emergencies and investments not for long term. No, so
Well, yes, but you can
basically.
do some short-term investing too,
True, true,
But
true.
then we have a lot of persons who the regular bank account use for emergency. But I can tell you that studies have shown that persons have millions of dollars sitting down in a regular savings account.
Mm,
So would you
mm.
say that millions of dollars is your emergency fund?
True, true, true. And it leads me now to the next one. Can we have
Yes.
investment without savings and vice versa? And how effective is that?
Well, the thing about it is that a lot of persons end up with just regular savings account at the bank and the credit union because you're afraid to take risk. So when the word risk comes in and money now they start to say, hold on, I'm not into that one. I prefer to see my principal intact all the time, and that is why they end up with the savings account. Now, the investments account usually carries some amount of risk. But can I tell you a secret? Risk is in everything that you do in life. Everything, even your regular savings account. And you
Correct.
want to know what the risk is? It's inflation. I mean, inflation eats away the purchasing power from your money. And if you had $1,000 in 2004, it could buy 13 loaves of bread, Can you guess how many loaves of bread
True.
that can buy today with your same $1,000? It can buy only two loaves or even one loaf. So what we're saying is that some people prefer the risk that they are losing purchasing power but still see the principal intact. But they don't want to take the known risk that is managed that will
Mhm,
allow them to make more money over time, and that is what is called investing.
mhm,
So short-term emergency backup money, yes, you
mhm,
can have your regular savings account for that. But if you have like too much money, I would think even $500,000 is too much money, and $1 million is certainly too much money. You need to diversify,
mhm,
you need to spread out the risk, and you need to be able to beat inflation over time because inflation eat out the purchasing power from your money. And I like to say, like Chichi eat out board. You know why?
mhm.
Chichi have a way to eat out the underside of the board. and leave the top part or the facial looking quite good. And then the moment you lean on it, it just pop down with you. Simply put, that is how inflation affects us and the money that we have. You believe that the $1 million that you have today is very powerful tomorrow, next week, and next month, and next year? No, it's not. If it is not beating inflation, you're going to be buying less goods and services. So you need to invest your money. So that's what we're about,
Okay.
investing money.
All right. We have been hearing about stocks and bonds. Now, what's the
Yes,
difference between both of them?
big difference, but great tools to use to invest your money to earn more. So bonds are usually on the safer side, usually government paper instruments, but you can also get commercial bonds. So you have government who issues these bonds to probably fund a project most times, and so they issue these debt instruments. So you will buy into it. But before you go into the bond, you will at least know exactly what is the time period on it. So it will say a bond will go for 5 years, it will pay 6% per annum, and it pays interest every 3 months. So you know beforehand. And most people are cool with that, and your principal remained intact. Isn't that great? But then you have to look at the interest rate that you're getting on the bond if it is beating inflation. I must mention that inflation right now is at 10.5% per annum. So everything that we talk about, you're going to use inflation to measure if you are beating inflation, if your money is earning or growing to beat inflation. Because if it's not beating inflation, we like to call it lazy money. If it's not working, earning, or growing, then it's lazy. So the bond right now, the best instrument to protect your principal is paying around 6% per annum. But then when you look at inflation, you realize it's behind. But then when you look back at your savings account and you see that you're getting zero point 0.5, then you start to think or consider, why do I need to protect this amount of principal? Is it because I am now in retirement? Is it because I am going to do a big purchase soon? Or is it that I just need some diversification because I have too much money on a risk instrument like stocks? So, what is stocks? Stocks is when you own shares into a company. And a lot of persons still don't understand that. So, I'm going to break it down even further for you. You are all consumers, right? Or we are all consumers. We have to buy product, goods, and services every day, right? So because we have to buy product, goods, and services, we buy it, we use it, and we feel good, but we don't realize that that action is just making us feel good. But if you ever consider the companies that you buy all the time or most of the time, I'm going to look at Grace, right? Grace. We buy it, we eat it, we feel good, and we make more Grace more profitable. We're not buying into Grace, We're buying Grace to consume it. And then we feel good. And then when we say to you, if you love Grace so much, why you don't buy shares into Grace? And the first thing person says, I don't want to buy no stocks at all because too much risk is in it. But yet they're making Grace more profitable. Look at the other side now. I am an investor, you are an investor. So when the persons buy Grace and eat it and feel good and make Grace more profitable, we get to share into the profit. So buy shares is when you buy stocks is when you buy shares into companies. So we're just showing you from a consumer side how it works. And if you are to spin it around to buy shares into these same companies, then you will be sharing into the profits of the company. Now, these companies do make profit and they make losses, like what we're experiencing right now for different reasons in the marketplace or different things happening in the companies. So, if we look at Grace again, we're going to look at if Grace is losing money, what caused it? Is it because of management? They have good management? Are they international? You think that they're going to make back this money anytime soon? And if you check the boxes and say yes, that being overtime, Grace is going to make back that money. So it is just different reasons in the marketplace that causes companies to make losses. And again, that's what persons are afraid of, the losses. So to recap, a bond is one of the safer instruments if you want to protect your principal and you want to make sure that you are earning above normal rates. Most times you're trying to beat inflation, but bonds not really going to cut it right now in beating inflation, but this is a better instrument on the market. Because right now at BPM Financial Limited, if you have $1 million or over, you can get a bond at 6% per annum.
Really?
Yes, you can get a bond at 6% per annum and it pays interest every 3 months. So that's a big deal. That's a
It is. It
big deal.
is. It is.
And
It
if
is.
you want to diversify now and buy some shares
Mhm.
into companies, it's not just Grace alone that is listed on the stock market. I just named Grace
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
Grace. And if I love it that much, why not just buy it? So
Yeah.
that's how you
Good,
think about companies.
good promo for Grace.
It's not just Grace, I'm
I
thinking about
understand. I understand.
NCB.
I
I
understand.
can
I
tell you
understand.
about
I
NCB as
understand.
well, and I'm
Right.
sure you can share
Mm-hmm.
into some companies that you have listed on the stock
Mm-hmm.
exchange that you love to buy and use as a consumer, but you never thought of owning shares into those companies.
Mm-hmm. All right. I want you now to compare portfolio management and joint investment account.
Joint investment accounts.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, portfolio management is when you have a company,
Mm-hmm.
especially like BPM Financial Limited, that manages everything for you. We make all the major decisions for you. And in that portfolio, we have several different products that you can participate in. You can break up the products into three main categories: short term, medium term, long term. You can look at a portfolio that has that is conservative, like a bond account. You can
Mm-hmm.
look at moderate risk, and you can also look at an aggressive approach. But everything that you do at this company is managed by the company, and that is a portfolio. A
Management.
portfolio that consists right of different products to suit you and the risk that you're willing to take. Now the difference is if you go to a stock brokerage house, for example, and you want to purchase MCB, you want to purchase Carreras, Sagicor, and Grace, you go to the stock brokerage house and you say to them, I want to purchase this one, that one, that one, that one, but you are managing that on your own. So the
Mm-hmm.
difference is one is fully managed by the
Mm-hmm.
company and one you have to manage on your own because you have to decide when to buy, when to sell. You have to know how to trade. You have to have the knowledge, the skills, and the time
Mm-hmm.
to make the decisions on your own. So portfolio management and stock brokerage house is what you would use to say which one you would like to do. And the truth is, if you can diversify and do both, that would be great because I do that. Now, when it comes to joint account holders, you can have a joint account holder on any one of the portfolios that you choose to have, whether it is a managed portfolio or if you have a stock brokerage account. A joint account holder is someone that you have on your investment just in case something happens to you, then that person is there to take over or they make joint decisions along with you. So you can have minors on it. So you have someone that is a minor. Then just in case something happens to you again, God forbid, and he's ready to take you home, then
Mm-hmm.
that minor would wait until probably age 18
18.
before they can take over the account, or you would have a trustee, or you have a will that this dictates how it operates. If you do not have a joint account holder, and again, you should go home
Something happens.
and something happens, right? Then it goes to your estate. And your estate would mean your next of kin would have to apply for that money through Administrator General. So you can have joint account holders on any one of your investment plan, whether it is a portfolio or it is a stock brokerage house type
Very
of
well.
account.
Very well. I hope you have been taking your notes. As a teacher, I've been listening, and I hope our listeners have been taking their notes. And we ask you to listen to the end of the program, and we will tell you how you can contact Venice, Parchment, and the others. Retirement is upon us. My
Yes.
father taught us as children, investment is money. Put
Mhm.
aside starting with your first salary, and you forget about it each month. When we
Yes.
return, we'll look at how to plan for retirement and how to remain alive and smiling during retirement. I know many people are looking at me now. Yes, as some say, stay tuned. Don't move your dial. We'll be right back. Do you want to study in a recession-proof career online? Health Education and Counseling Institute HECOIN offers international diplomas in phlebotomy technician, emergency medical technician, dental technician, and pharmacy technician, which are internationally recognized. We have intakes every other month. Visit www.hecoinglobal.com or call our WhatsApp 876-223-7204. HECOIN, your dreams can now be your reality. Welcome back, and thanks to our guest for continuing in our discussion and come and relax with HeatCoin, broadcasting from Mansell East meets West Indian restaurant, smack in the middle of Oteria St. Anne, Jamaica. I have with us Venice Parchment, Senior Financial Advisor, BPM Financial, Jamaica. Thank you for remaining with us, Venice. Let's now talk about BPM Financial's personal pension plan and its benefits. Because this is a big thing now, so many people are at this stage of retirement. You know about Canada, what's happening, and Europe, and so on, and it's happening in Jamaica. So many people have reached that, and you and I will be there soon. So while you talk, may I make my notes, and you are making your notes yourself. So tell us about the financial, your company's personal pension plan and its benefits.
Well, let me tell you first of all, I love to think about personal pension as your self-protection plan. Your self-protection plan because you cannot borrow it, you cannot lend it out until you retire at age 65. So it was 60,
Okay.
it up to 65. So it is an excellent plan. It is tax-free benefit and you earn on it because it is also an investment. So imagine having all that money put aside that you're earning on to beat inflation, that is tax-free, and you cannot borrow it and you cannot lend it out. You cannot have an emergency and ask for it. You will not get it back until you retire, and that is why it is a self-protection plan. Now, at BPM Financial Limited, we make it quite easy for you. Um, it's for persons who don't have a formal pension. And formal mean if you are already working at a company and they have a pension plan, you cannot have another one. So you can't have two pension plan, right? It is for persons who are self-employed, contractors, or do not have a personal pension anywhere else. So you can't have two. So BPM Financial Limited, we boast on our portfolio, because again, everything we do is about investing, earning to beat inflation. So our pension plan has been doing extremely well over the years. And yes, we're invested in stocks and bonds just the same. So we give you a good mix, a good balance of investment so that you can maximize your returns when you retire. So remember to note you cannot have two pension plans. It is tax free. You should start the moment that you start working at age 18, which is very important. And
Mm-hmm.
you are not to borrow it and you cannot let it out. And why I stress that? I remember leaving my job of 11 years and
Mm-hmm.
I got back some money. And I felt so good. I started to wonder what I'm going to do with it. I wanted to buy a car. I wanted to put it down on an
Right.
investment.
Mm-hmm.
But then I chose to lend a very good friend of mine for good reasons. I'm not. I'm happy that I lent it out. But the truth is, my good friend passed, and I never got back that money.
Wow. Wow.
But then I also know persons who got back their money and they spent it and they can't even tell you what they spent it on. I recently had a discussion with a director of a company, and she was saying to me that she only have 5 years of pension to get. And I said, "Oh, comes, you have been working all this time." And you know what? She said when she left the company that she was working for over 20 odd years, she took that money and she went into business. Now the business was doing extremely well until a family member got ill. So she had to use that money to help out. And then that money dried up and the
Mm.
business is no more. She's not regretting that she went into business or had to lend the person the funds, but because she had access to it, then she was able to do other things with the money. If she didn't have access to it, then it would still be in a pension plan waiting for her. So now that she's going to retire, she only has 5 years of retirement money to get. So
Mm.
the question is, will that be enough? So yes, you can put it to good use. Yes, you can use it to help different persons, and you feel good about it. But that's why I call it a self protection plan. Because if you
Mm.
never have access to it,
Mm-hmm.
then you could not lend it, you could not use it, you could not go into business with it. You have to find some other money to do so. So you have to be careful about what you do with the money, especially when you leave a company and going into another company. You should put that money over into a personal
Yeah.
pension plan, and
Yeah.
that is
Because
very important to note.
be- because as you know, Venice, the money is sweet, when you get it. And you don't retire yet. So you're perfectly right. What you do with it immediately after
Mhm.
leaving one company. Very important.
And
Who
some
is
persons
eligible?
don't
Go
stay
ahead. Go
long
ahead.
enough to. I can just make one note
Go
that
ahead.
persons don't stay long enough at companies to be vested. I learned that the hard way too, because you can leave. All right, vested mean that you have to be with the company for a certain period of time before you have access to the company's portion when you retire. So
Mm-hmm.
if it is 5 years and you leave 4 years, 11 months before the time, you're
Mm-hmm.
not have access to the company's portion. You have to be there for the full 5 years. So what the first thing you should do when you start a company, or before you even start the company, you find out what is the vested period. So you have that in your mind, so you can stay for the period so that you can be vested and look forward to a pension. So that is
Mm-hmm.
important to note.
Very important. Who is eligible for personal pension?
Well, persons who are self employed, contractors, persons who do not yet have a pension and they are not a part of a formal pension scheme. I know a lot of government workers, especially, um, some funds is taken from their salary. I'm not sure
Mm-hmm.
what it is called, but it's not really. It don't look like a formal pension, but the
Mm-hmm.
government do have a pension to give at the end of retirement. But those persons, unfortunately, are not able to do a formal pension plan. But what we advise persons to do is to start an investment that is geared towards their pension. So you supplement your pension. Even for us too, that have a formal pension, have something else in place that you say is for your, because you're not, the money is not going to be enough, you know. It will never be enough.
Never be enough. Never.
Never be enough, especially if you have certain type of lifestyles, right? So supplement your pension as you go along. Do something else. Whether it is your business that you're going to use to get that extra money, or you're going to start an investment plan and say, this is my pension plan and it's different from my short-term, medium-term, or long-term goal. So pension is very important, especially when you have it at BPM Financial Limited. So we can help you to protect yourself from your own self.
The $1 million question I have for you now, though, how do we smile and remain that way during retirement? I don't know one here, you know.
You know, or you can smile and remain smiling is to start early. And if you haven't started early, just start with what you have. A lot of persons think about it, dream about it, talk about it, but they just never do it. They just never get started, and because they're also afraid to take risk. Risk and returns go hand in hand. Yes, we really do. So when we're talking about risk, we're talking about investing in the stock market, especially. And your money have to beat inflation. Now, if your money is not beating inflation,
Makes
and
no sense.
retirement, you don't have nothing to smile about, because you might just live another 40 years in retirement and the money
True.
will not be
True.
enough.
True.
And another mistake that persons make is to take that money, that lump sum in retirement, scoop it up to themselves and say, no, I'm not going to take any risk on it, and put it all into the bank again. That's why millions of dollars is in there, because you are protecting your principal and you fail to realize that inflation is eating away the purchasing power and you're buying less goods and services. So guess what? If things hard now and life hard and the money little bit,
Can you
and
imagine later?
imagine when you retire. It's not going to work out. So if you want to smile and you want to keep on smiling and you want to feel relaxed in retirement, start now. Start investing. Start your personal pension plan from now and put thought to action. And that's the only way to keep smiling. And to start your
Right.
your pension plan at BPM Financial Limited, so we can take you higher.
Indeed, growing higher and higher. When we return, we will ask Vinny some questions about loan accessibility at BPM Financial. And if we need, and if you need guarantors and or collaterals, grab your bottle of water or your glass of water, drink as we prepare for the final segment. Soon come back.
Health Education and Counseling Institute HeCoin offers certificates in housekeeping, food and beverage, customer care, security guard, events planning, and many other short courses, which are all offered online with 8 intakes each year. Visit www.hecoinglobal.com or call our WhatsApp 876-223-7204. HeCoin, reaching people where they are, leading them to where they should go. Royal Central Praise RCP Internet Radio and TV in St. Kitts invites you to listen to Caribbean News Brief CNB on Tuesdays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Join Caribbean veteran in news production and news presentation for over 30 years, Ambassador Professor Reverend Dr. Colin O'Neill Jarrett from Jamaica, for reliable and comprehensive news in the Caribbean. CNB on RCP every Tuesday and Friday at 10 in the morning. RCP, the breath of fresh air.
Thank you for sticking and staying with us on Come and Relax with HeCoin, speaking with Venice Parchment, Senior Financial Advisor, BPM Financial Jamaica. Today's show will be uploaded on YouTube 30 minutes after the show ends on CARWH, which is the acronym for Come and Relax with HeCoin. CARWH, and also on Central Praise SKB, and the SK is for St. Kitts and the B is for Basseterre, which is the capital of the island. And also on Facebook on Central Praise SKB Radio /TV Talk. I will repeat that closer to the end of the program. Now back to you, Venice. Tell us about the payroll loan and the BPM Flex loan. Are guarantors or collaterals required? Are
Okay.
you there?
Yes, I don't know
Good.
what happened a while ago.
I'm not sure. The payroll loan and the BPM Flexi loan. Tell us about that, and are guarantors or collaterals required?
All right, so let me start with the Flexi loan. Now you have an investment at BPM Financial Limited, and an emergency comes up. You want to do something, but you didn't really want to break your investment. We encourage you to borrow against your investment. So your investment now is your collaterals, and it is a cheaper type of loan too. It is stress free. The paperwork is very limited. You don't have a lot to do, and you can get that money within a day or two to borrow against your investment. The interest rate is very low. I don't remember exactly what it is because there is a promotion going on, but I think it is between 8 and 10% per annum on the reducing balance.
Balance
Please,
method. Okay.
reducing balance is one of the cheaper type of method you can use when borrowing. You don't need a guarantor. You don't know nothing because you already have
Okay.
your investment.
Okay.
So it prevents you from breaking your investment, just in case. Now the payroll loan is for persons who need that extra money to do that thing that is needed. And I said thing, it can be anything. Suppose you want to purchase a house and you have a deposit to make, but you don't have enough money. You need to bridge that gap. So you need to get that little extra money to do just that. So you come to BPM Financial Limited. You have personal obligations. You're probably doing some renovations. Who knows? It can be education. So you need a personal loan. So our payroll loan, you can get up to $2 million to borrow, and it depending on your income. So we'll ask you for your last three salary pay slips to determine what you can afford to get or what you qualify for, and also based off where you work and your credit history, all different kind of things come in place to determine the type of risk you are, and the lower the risk, the probably lower the interest rate as well. So we look at all those things to determine what your rate would be. And I can guarantee you that it is one of the lowest on the market right now.
I believe you.
Yes.
I did
And
my checks. I believe you.
it's one of the lowest rates on the market, and it's very easy to get. You don't have a whole lot of paperwork again. And you get very nice customer service oriented people to deal with that look at the needs that you have and don't just sell you something. It's not just selling you a product. And I can tell you the highlight of our loans. You want to hear what it is? I
Go
don't think
ahead.
nobody else have that one. Now, once you borrow from us, it is mandatory for you to save. And it's not just savings, it's investing, because if you are savings and you are getting rate that is higher than the bank rate, isn't that a great thing? And when the loan is completed, you have some money that you can now put into another type of investment that you can earn higher rates of returns from. And if you continue to save and invest, it means that you will have an accumulation of funds that will probably you don't need to borrow again, or you borrow less, or you borrow against your own investment so that you pay a lower interest rate. So all that good stuff is at BPM Financial Limited when you take a loan from us, whether it is a flexi loan or a payroll loan. So that's one
Interesting.
of the plus.
Very well. You and
So
you're
you know
managing
a
the.
lot about the loans, and guarantees, yes. So you have some types that will
Mhm.
require you not to have any. I think it's up to $500,000, and over $500,000, you might need a one or two or even three. Again, it depends on the risk level and what we see from your salary and your interview with us. But we'll try our best at all times to ensure that you get the money that you need to do
Mhm.
what you need to do.
I am getting a few texts, look like I've got to talk to the managing director, getting a few texts, and they said they're going to come to you, but they need your number and so on. But hold on, hold on.
Okay.
You and your managing director are known to give relevant stories in investment. We love you for those stories. I want you to share a 2-minute one. Remember, we took up a little time earlier on to deal with the death of Queen Elizabeth II. So I
Yes.
want you to share a 2-minute one with us so that our listeners can hear this side of the eloquent Benny's parchment. Run with it now, my dear.
All right, all right, all right. My favorite story is about a son and his father. They're wildebeest, right? So they are in the desert, and so the son said to the father, "Father, is there anything out here I am to be afraid of?" And the father said, "Yes, son, you should be afraid of lions." So the son said, "Ah, Dad, if I see one, I'm going to run as fast as I can." And the father said, "No, son, if you run, he's going to run you down and you're going to leave your back exposed and he's going to jump at you, and that would be the end of you." So the son said, "Then, father, what am I supposed to do if I'm not supposed to run?" So the father said, "Okay, son, listen carefully. If you should see a lion, you should stop and stare him in the eyes." His son said, "Okay, Dad, and if that don't work, then you show him your arms. And if that don't work, you're going to grunt while staring at him." And the son said, "Then, Dad, if that don't work, what should you do?" So the father said, "And if that don't work, you're going to muster up all the strength that you have and you're going to charge right into him." So the son said, "And Dad, and if that don't work, what am I to do?" So the father said, "Son, take a walk with me. Look over there, son. What do you see, son?" So the son said, "Well, Dad, I see around 200 wildebeest roaming about." So the father said, "Son, if you see 200 wildebeest rolling about, that means we got your back. BPM Financial Limited got your back if all else fails. We are portfolio managers, we are investors, we are pension protectors, we are everything that you're looking for. We've got it back." And that's the story of the wildebeest. So now we need to talk about what type of investments do BPM Financial Limited have to offer you. That's right.
Right.
Do you
So
have time for me to tell you all about the wonderful goodies that we have?
I think we don't have time for that based on what I'm seeing here. But of course, persons, listeners have got quite a bit. I have about 9 text messages here that they are very impressed. One of the messages is one of my friends is not a national of
Oh,
Jamaica. Being an American, would she be able to take out any of your investment policies? Yes or
yes.
no? Yes.
Yes. We have
Okay.
persons right around the world, anywhere you are, even in Dubai.
Very well. Very
Right.
well. I've
So we
noticed you have had 2 locations in Jamaica. Could you tell us how we can get in touch with you? Phone numbers, social media.
It's quite easy. We are in Kingston. That's 1A Hogburn Road, Kingston 10. You're going to call us at 926-0849. And if you call us there, you can also get Montego Bay. We are in Montego Bay. That's shop 27 at Sagicor Commercial Center. We're right across from Knoxon Express, so it's easy to find us. We're upstairs, Sagicor Bank. You're going to call us at 926-0849. And you're going to also send us that email from anywhere you are in the world. And also visit our website. That's www.bpmfinancial.com, and that's where you get all the information that you need. You can even fill out the forms online anywhere you are in the world. You just get a notary public to witness those signatures and the documents, verify the documents, scan it and email it to us. So you don't have
Excellent.
to right here in Jamaica. You don't even have to come to the office, even if you're here. So we make it quite easy and simple for you. You can go to any one of our social media network and you will find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram,
All
and
of them.
all of them. You can find us on social media
Very
network.
well.
From time to time, you will find us doing these live interviews so that you can learn some more about our investment products and what you can do to make good money.
Let me use this opportunity to thank Venice Parchment, Senior Financial Advisor, BPM Financial Jamaica, for being with us today on Come and Relax with HeCoin. She has given us a lot of investment advice. Many listeners may not be living in Jamaica, but this information, I'm sure, is beneficial to you. You may be looking at Jamaica to invest money. BPM is here for you. You look like me work, you know. Thank you for being with us today, Venice, and pray God's blessing on BPM Financial Business Venture. You'll be hearing from many of us, including me. Come and Relax with HeCoin listeners will be with you. Peter Gay Rose Hall, Grace McLean, and Karen Poyle. Tell them hello from the HeCoin family of over 1.1 million listeners. Last week, we had that in 250 countries.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Venice, for being with us today.
Thank you very much. I will look forward to another time like this to just sit back and relax with you.
Amen. Thank you so much. For persons who wish to make a donation to Come and Relax with HeCoin and what's on for next week are in the queue. Stay tuned.
Come and Relax with HeCoin is a feature of Health Educational Counseling Institute HeCoin, the premier online educational institution in the Caribbean. For individuals, companies, and foundations that wish to donate or contribute to this program, which is primarily to provide solutions to the worldwide issues of the day, please call in or WhatsApp your donation. 1-876-223-7204 on Thursdays between 8:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. EST, or during work hours Monday through Friday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. EST, or email president@hecoinglobal.com. HeCoin, reaching people where they are, leading them to where they should go. Canadian employers for several decades have relied on temporary migrant workers from Mexico and 11 countries in the Caribbean to fill gaps in the country's agricultural labor market under the Seasonal Agricultural Worker Program. Within recent weeks, a group of Jamaican farm workers sent a letter to the Jamaican government denouncing treatment of 2 Ontario farms, which they likened to systematic slavery and exploitation. Is this a new issue, or is it treatment that Jamaicans can no longer keep to themselves? Join guest on Come and Relax with HeCoin, the outspoken and eloquent Mr. Chris Ramsaroop, organizer of Justice for Migrant Workers in Canada, with host, media and marketing consultant and professor of media studies for over 30 years, Ambassador Professor Reverend Dr. Colin O'Neill Jarrett from Jamaica, as he and his guest delve into the long-standing issues affecting farm workers in Canada with recommendations. The date to remember, Thursday, September 15, 2022 at 7:30 p.m. Jamaica or 8:30 p.m. in other parts of the world on several media platforms to include RCP Internet Radio and TV, UFDV Gospel, DCM Internet Radio and TV, and all platforms of TDN. HeCoin, where your dreams can now be your reality.
Come and Relax with HeCoin came to you today from Mansil East Meets West Indian Restaurant, Shop 16A, Stonitz Plaza, Main Street, Ochirea, St. Anne, Jamaica. Call Latoya or Hensa for your restaurant booking at 1-876-601-2612 or email info@curryhouseja.net. Excellent setting here at Mansell East meets West Indian Restaurant for meetings, weddings, and other events. Let me thank the following stations for sharing the platform and for making this program available to you. RCP Internet Radio and TV, YouTube and Facebook, TDN TV on vstreams.com, TDN TV on Facebook, TDN Network 1 on YouTube, UFDV Gospel, DCM Radio and TV on all its platforms. Today's show will be uploaded on YouTube in less than 30 minutes on CARWH, that's the acronym for Come and Relax with HeCoin, and Central Praise SKB, and also on Facebook on Central Praise SKB Radio /TV Talk. We are still in Jamaica 60, and so I will leave a beautiful poem written by Joan Andrea Hutchinson, Laugh Jamaica, Steward It, done in the Jamaican language. A thought for you this week. The best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. The more you learn, the more you earn. By Warren Buffett. Join us this and every Thursday at this time for Come and Relax with HeCoin, sponsored by HeCoin. I am Ambassador Professor Reverend Dr. Colin O'Neill Jarrett, the proud president and CEO, and in the second generation of leadership of this 33-year-old flagship training institution in Jamaica, the Caribbean, and beyond. Health, Education, and Counseling Institute, HeCoin. Please now receive the benediction. May the strength of God sustain us. May the power of God preserve us. May the hands of God protect us. May the way of God direct us. May the love of God go with us this day, now, and forevermore. Amen and amen. Walk with my friend.
Hey, what happened? Why not the bus, man? I go on, man. And we, you, see ya? Hey, big man, go on up in the bus, man. Go on and walk, let's go here, picture. I go and go there. What, when you not come in the bus? When you come out, when you not come. See how you not bother me and people don't know. Good morning, and welcome to Executive Bus DBDB from Popine to Liguania via Alpha-Tree. That is, of course, me love if too much traffic on the Alpha-Tree. We now go through no Alpha-Tree, no traffic to the minister lucky, you can't handle it. Sorry, thank you for taking Debonair Executive Bus, the first private, mobile, fully executive, fully air-conditioned transportation bus system of the new millennium with cocktail serve on every trip. Now, the trolley will soon be passed around so cocktail can be had. Now, you may be choose from a seduction of Jamaica's finest roots wine, but hi, you're too crazy. In the meantime, focus your attention on me, the doctor. Sorry, on the stewardess, yes, stewardess. As I aware you of all the safety cautionary arrangements on this bus. Aye, dirty boy, tap your eyes in my bus, no? See ya? I was smoking on my bus. Oh, you smoking? I was smoking on my bus. Yo, put you out at me, say put you out and make a come down and come put you out. At Debonair Executive Bus, we're pleased to provide you with a smoke-free cabin and environmentality. Now, if Uno would look in front of Uno, in the back of the seat of the person in front of Uno, we will see some safety restrictions and how you are to procedure in an emergency situation. Now, please to scrutinize the information to your heart's content and divulge as much information as it are possible. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are several exits on this bus. The manicures not do my fingernail good, you know. See ya? Sorry. If you're sit by a exit, please to let it be known to me that you're a exit and please don't get up. Ladies and gentlemen, this journey will take us over water, and so it are important for you to know which part your life preventer are. That is underneath your seat. Hi, Mrs. If you know, did I know if you tell you if I did it before you come in the bus? You must take you put in your handbag, carry your yard. Okay. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, in the event of a water landing, this little inflatable rubber jacket can save your life in so many ways. Please to remove it from its storage pouch and blow into it like so. Ladies and gentlemen, in the event of an unpleasant malodor taking place, such as green arm or bad wind, well, in such a case, an oxygen box will jump out of the compartment above. Now, please to place it over your nose and your mouth for a fresh supply of oxygen, like so. Now, if you are traveling with a small child or a small infant, I want you to please to place the oxygen mask over your nose and your mouth before you place the oxygen mask over feed them nose and feed them mouth, because you say, I'm probably the picking them all pooping at the first place. We are pleased to supply you all with seatbelts. Now, we may be experience some turbulence, and so it are important for you to keep on your seatbelt at all times. In fact, it are Ministry of Transport regulation that all passengers must wear him or she seatbelt at every moment. Therefore, any passenger of him or she seatbelt will be erected from this goes by me personally, so try to keep on your seatbelt. Oh. Please does not remove your seatbelt, and please does not get up until the driver, him, have come to a complete halt in front of the bus stop, the rest stop, yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to stop at one of the defecated stoppages, please to just indicate so by shoving on the bell up there, so on the bell in front of you, ONSE, what that spell? Once. Now, anyone fine overdinging on my bell is going to get a overdinging from me inside here. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, in the event of an emergency braking situation, I want you to please replace the passenger in front of you to an upright position like so, or please to replace your own seat to the floor. Now, we would like to thank you. We would like to thank you for traveling on Debonair Executive Bus Service, ladies and gentlemen, the first private, mobile, fully executive, fully air-conditioned transportation bus system of the new millennium with cocktail served on every trip.